What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Horsepower Obsessed. My name is Justin, and today we are going to talk about the C8 Corvette recall and the fix for it. Alright guys, so just real quick before we get started, I just want to mention to you that I am going to be at Corvettes at Carlisle this year. So in about a day and a half after you see this video, I will be standing at the AWE booth in spaces S1 through S6. So if you guys are at the Carlisle show, feel free to stop by, say hi, and take a look at both of the Corvettes that I'll have there. I will have my C7 ZR1 and my C8 Corvette both at the AWE booth, so feel free to come out and say hi. Jumping right into the information that I just read from Tad's Juctor, stating that there is a fix for the C8 Corvette recall and it should be coming relatively soon. Now, for those of you watching that don't know about this recall from GM for the C8 Corvette, here's a little rundown of what it is. So basically, people are accidentally popping the front trunk and not relatching it before taking their C8 Corvette out for a drive. Now, this obviously poses a couple different problems, but the biggest one being once wind catches that hood, it's going to actually push it up and possibly damage the windshield, or at very least, it's going to impede the driver's vision. Neither are very good things to happen to a brand new Corvette. So GM recognized this problem and immediately sprung into action and said, okay, no more C8 Corvettes are being delivered until we have an answer for this. Now, GM's answer is actually to push out an over-the-air update. So the C8 Corvette has the potential of receiving all of its updates over the air, so you don't have to take your car in to the dealership the way you would with a normal recall. Instead, it's all going to be pushed over the air to the car. You're not going to have to do anything, and that update should be coming very soon, based on what Tad's Juctor just got done telling us. If you guys haven't seen the previous video I made for this, I will link it to the top right of this one, but basically it's kind of old news at this point because it's just talking about the recall that is currently in progress. As I'm telling you now, that is going to be coming to a close very soon, but if you want a little more information, go ahead and check it out. But like I said, for the rundown, it's real easy. People are accidentally popping it, not relatching it, and it is possibly flying up and causing damage to the car. GM has recognized that, but the big thing is, it's not necessarily a GM issue. It really kind of hinges on people not really necessarily doing the smartest thing. So if they're accidentally popping the frunk, they're not relatching it. And in the meantime, it is showing up on the speedometer display area of the C8 that the hood is popped. It's dinging at you. It's limiting your speed to 86 miles per hour. Like I stated in the previous video, that's the problem. People aren't hitting anywhere near 86 miles per hour before realizing that that front hood is not latched and it could fly up at that point. So GM's fix is to limit the speed even further down to 26 miles per hour. What that is going to do is allow people to realize much sooner that that hood is actually popped and stop the car, relatch it, and continue about their way. I think that that's pretty much the way it should have been from the very beginning, but nonetheless, let's jump into what Tad's Juctor said today to us. I'm actually going to put in a little video clip here from him telling you what the fix is and that it's coming soon.
Hi, I'm Tad's Juctor. I'm the Executive Chief Engineer for the Chevrolet Corvette. One of the really cool things about this new C8 behind me is that its new electrical architecture lets us do over-the-air updating. So you can do an upgrade or some kind of update without a customer having to come into the dealer. One of the things we've learned in the first few months of production is that some customers are inadvertently opening the frunk effectively without knowing about it. Now, the way that works on the key fob is there's a button that shows the frunk and it says ×2, meaning hit it twice. We wanted to have it very easy to operate and get into, so two quick hits and the frunk opens. But it's turning out that that's too easy to do sometimes, like when the key's in your pocket with maybe some other things and you're walking, you can hit it twice and you don't even know you've opened the frunk. So we wanted to make it a little bit more deliberate action. My car's been updated with the latest software. So two quick presses no longer opens the front. It requires a quick press followed by a press and hold, and it opens.
Now, obviously with the fix coming, that's great. But the really interesting part is that the people that are currently waiting for their C8 Corvette cannot pick it up. So there's actually been a couple reports I've read on Facebook of people that have their car sitting at a dealership literally waiting to sign the papers. They are not allowed to take delivery until this recall is complete. Now, I use the word recall very lightly here because having an over-the-air update is not really exactly what I would call a recall, but at the same time, it is something that is going to prevent people from taking delivery of their brand new C8 Corvette, so it's definitely annoying. So again, thanks to our friends over at the CorvetteBlogger.com, we get some more information on this, and apparently straight from GM, they have said that General Motors has decided to voluntarily recall certain 2020 model year Chevrolet Corvette vehicles for a potential issue with the vehicle's front trunk lid. If the drivers ignore the vehicle's visual and audible warnings that the front trunk lid is open, they can drive the vehicle in that condition at speed, which could increase the likelihood that the wind force is sufficient to inadvertently flip open the hood. GM will update the software in the vehicle's body control module to limit the vehicle speed to 26 miles per hour when the hood is not completely latched and closed. The software update will also provide a driver information center message indicating that the top speed is limited to 26 miles per hour. In addition, the operation of the hood release on the key fob will be modified to reduce the likelihood of inadvertent hood release actuations. The interior door trim switch and release button located inside the front trunk compartment are also modified to require a longer press time. So again, that kind of tells me GM is fixing an issue that isn't really an issue from them. It's kind of an issue more so on the owner or the driver due to them not necessarily paying enough attention or maybe even accidentally popping that front trunk. Now, with that said, I have to applaud GM for jumping into action and taking care of this in a way that makes perfect sense. So pressing once and then pressing and holding that front trunk button makes a lot more sense than just double pressing it for this exact reason. And they seem to have taken care of it relatively quickly. I know anybody who has an order being held up by this probably thinks it hasn't been taken care of fast enough, but in reality, it has been taken care of pretty quickly. And like I said, I applaud GM for doing the right thing and getting it done relatively fast. But anyway, guys, that is going to do it for today's video. So if you liked what you saw or heard here today, give me a big thumbs up. If you have any questions about the content, about this recall, or about any of the Corvette stuff you've seen on my channel, shoot them in the comment section down below or send me an email, horse.power.obsessed@gmail.com, and I'd be happy to answer anything you may have. If you guys haven't subscribed to this channel yet, please do. I have loads of C7 and C8 Corvette content coming you are not going to want to miss. Like I said in the beginning, guys, I will be at Carlisle in spaces S1 through S6 this year, so if you are at the Corvettes at Carlisle show, please stop by and say hi. I'd love to meet you. And as always, guys, I will catch you in the next upload.